This is the Spatial Media Expert Series presented by Skyrim.ai. In this episode, we explore what destination viewing means in a world shaped by short-form content, streaming, and social media.
Remember those water cooler moments? The next day at work, maybe? Everyone's chatting about that same TV show finale, or maybe that huge game they all watched live the night before. For a while there, it really felt like those shared collective experiences were kind of fading, didn't it? Replaced by this just endless individualized streaming, where, algorithms curate content just for you. It's a feast of choices, sure, but sometimes, a rather solitary one. And it's true, our modern media landscape, it has undeniably become fragmented. Technology, the explosion of streaming services, social media everywhere, it's carved our viewing habits into a million tiny pieces. We live in a world of infinite choices, personalized algorithms delivering exactly what they think you might like. And tons of on-demand content, often short form, curated specifically for our individual tastes. We're deep into the era of the personal cue, often, detached from a collective rhythm. But here's the fascinating paradox, and really the central question we're going to untangle for you today. While our viewing habits have become so hyper-segmented, there's this truly remarkable resurgence of what we call destination viewing. Yeah. It's not just surviving this fragmentation, it's dynamically evolving. So our mission in this deep dive is to unpack how two seemingly disparate forces, the enduring, powerful draw of live sports and the incredibly innovative world of social media influencers, are actually rekindling our desire for those shared real-time moments. They're bringing back the water cooler conversations, but, in entirely new and often pretty surprising ways.
It's a great point. And what's truly fascinating here is this ongoing tug of war in the modern media landscape that you just highlighted. On one side, you've got the pervasive, often algorithm-curated, short-form content. It's consumed so heavily, especially by Gen Z. Think quick hits, snackable videos, highly shareable clips, often driven by influencers.
Right, the TikTok effect.
Exactly.
Right.
And then on the other side, there's the traditional destination viewing, where audiences consciously plan to watch something live or right at its exact release time. These are the events that historically commanded our collective attention. But what's becoming incredibly exciting is how these two sort of seemingly opposed worlds are not just coexisting, they're profoundly influencing each other. They're creating entirely new hybrid models of engagement. So the idea that destination viewing is dead, honestly, it couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, it's undergoing this dynamic transformation right before our eyes. Today, as part of the Expert Series by Skyrim.ai, we're going to delve into exactly that, how short-form content is impacting sports consumption, explore why sports continues to dominate live viewing against all odds.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Then pivot to how online creators are inventing their very own appointment events, sometimes from nothing. We'll also examine the increasing cross-pollination between these spheres. And finally, we'll look at future tech like spatial media that promise to bring us even closer to a truly personalized yet somehow still shared viewing future.
Okay, so to really dig into this generational shift, let's start where the fragmentation seems most evident. The narrative we often hear, right, is that young people just don't watch long-form content anymore. It's all about the quick hits, the viral clips, that immediate gratification. And when you look at the data, especially around sports, that narrative really holds up, doesn't it?
It really does.
There's been a fundamental shift in how people consume content, particularly among younger audiences, and it's forcing traditional broadcasters to, rethink everything.
Absolutely. Younger audiences, particularly Gen Z, they fundamentally gravitate towards what we call snackable, on-demand videos and highly interactive media.
Snackable. I like that.
Yeah, it fits right. This is a significant departure from the traditional linear TV consumption patterns we've seen for decades. Recent surveys emphatically confirm this shift. Gen Z's attention is overwhelmingly captured by short-form highlights and social media content rather than sitting through full live games. The key insight here, I think, is that for this demographic, attention is now earned in micro-moments.
Micro-moments, okay.
To give you some concrete data, one study showed that 23% of Gen Z respondents explicitly prefer shorter sports content, like they actively choose it.
Right.
And another 17%. They opt for catch-up recordings instead of tuning into live broadcasts. So if you combine those figures, you're looking at about 40% of young viewers who are intentionally avoiding live broadcasts for sports.
40%? That's huge.
It is huge. They're choosing condensed or delayed formats instead. This isn't just a slight preference. It's a deliberate choice driven by their consumption habits on platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts. It's how they engage with everything else.
Okay.
And the trend is accelerating. Short-form sports video consumption is projected to double within just a year. That's actually outpacing the growth of live sports viewership.
Wow.
It's a stark illustration of the generational shift away from sitting through entire games. Kate Hiffel of Kayo Sports, for instance, their major Australian sports streamer, she noted that sometimes short-form content even outperforms live events in terms of sheer engagement, especially among younger fans.
Really? How performs the live event itself?
In engagement metrics, yeah. They're drawn to quick highlights and immediate entertainment. It clearly signals that if the content isn't immediately captivating, it simply loses out to the next scroll on their feed.
Makes sense. So this presents a significant challenge then for traditional sports organizations, right? Because if Gen Z isn't as tuned into sports generally as previous generations were.
Exactly. Research from Morning Consult backs this up. It shows that a striking 33% of Gen Zers say they don't watch live sports on TV at all.
A third of them?
A third, compared to only 22% of millennials. They also attend fewer games in person. Only 18% of Gen Z attended a live sporting event in the past year versus 25% for millennials.
Okay.
And perhaps most tellingly, over a third of Gen Z say they have no favorite sports team.
No favorite team. That feels fundamental to sports fandom.
It does, doesn't it? The core insight here is that for a substantial portion of the youngest generation, the inherent appeal of sport for sport's sake is waning. Sports must now actively compete for their attention in a really crowded digital landscape. So this raises a critical question. If they're not watching full games or following specific teams in the traditional sense, how are they engaging with sports?
Hey, what's the connection point?
The overwhelming answer is social media. A remarkable 90% of Gen Z sports fans use social media to consume sports content.
90%. Okay.
And here's where it gets truly compelling. A huge draw for them is content directly from the athletes themselves. 63% of Gen Z say that social media posts from their favorite athletes significantly boost their engagement with sports.
So the personality connection.
Precisely. That's far more than older fans, and it highlights a clear pathway for leagues to connect with this demographic. It recognizes that personal connection often trumps traditional team loyalty for them.
So given this monumental shift, what does this all mean for sports leagues and broadcasters trying to capture and hold on to this audience? You know, the traditional model of a 3-hour linear broadcast, it just isn't cutting it for a big chunk of this demo. How are they adapting? What are they doing?
Exactly. They have to adapt. Sports broadcasters and streamers are having to fundamentally rethink their strategies. Offering bite-sized content and interactive features has become absolute crucial to retain younger viewers.
Bite-sized? Like those snackable videos?
Exactly. A great example is Kayo Sports in Australia. They pioneered something called minis, which are condensed game highlight packages.
Minis. Okay.
Think of them as ultra-short recaps. Sometimes just 2 5-minute top plays or even single-moment clips, like just the goal or just the big tackle.
Gotcha.
This approach directly acknowledges that Gen Z's attention is harder to capture with full games. Instead, the aim is to meet them where they're endlessly scrolling a feed for quick entertainment. The insight is, if you can't capture them for 3 hours, maybe capture them for 3 minutes or even 3 seconds.
Makes total sense. And has it worked?
Oh, dramatically. Kayo reports that these short-form offerings have been incredibly successful with younger fans. They've even led to higher-than-average view durations for their 15-second social videos.
Really? Higher than average?
Yeah, they're clocking in at 7-8 seconds compared to the industry norm of just 2-3 seconds for that kind of ad or clip.
That's a big difference.
It is. It proves that if the content is punchy, engaging, and feels native to the platform, young audiences will watch and share sports moments in huge numbers. An executive at Kayo confirmed that the success of their short-form content carried over on social media, where almost half of our 800,000 followers are 18-24.
Wow.
It directly demonstrates how strategic highlights can effectively sustain youth interest and even draw them into the broader sports conversation.
Okay, but it's not just about raw highlights anymore, is it? You mentioned personality.
Right. Modern short-form sports content is increasingly packaged as entertainment with personality and context. Teams and leagues are creating more original short videos that have color and a viewpoint, not just a linear replay of the play.
So like behind-the-scenes stuff.
Exactly. It might be a TikTok of players celebrating wildly in the locker room, maybe a mic'd-up moment from the sidelines, or even a humorous edit set to a trending song. This kind of content is incredibly engaging and highly shareable.
Yeah, I see this all the time.
It's fueling a boom in mobile sports media consumption. As one industry analysis put it, these short-form videos aren't merely news, they're entertainment, which is why their viewership is going through the roof.
Yeah.
By incorporating exclusive angles, like maybe a player's eye view, offering behind-the-scenes access, or sharing personal interviews, these snippets provide a taste of authenticity that traditional broadcasts often lack. The core insight for sports here is that to connect with Gen Z, they must translate the raw athleticism into compelling narrative and personality tailored for social feeds.
Okay, so it's not just about passively consuming these quick hits then. It seems like it's fundamentally about how young fans engage with the content and maybe even more importantly with each other. It's not just watching. It's about experiencing it together, even if it's virtual. Tell us more about that interaction piece.
Exactly. The rise of second screen behavior perfectly illustrates this. An astounding 94% of Gen Z sports fans report using two screens at once when watching games.
94%. Okay, that's almost everyone.
Pretty much. This clearly underscores the modern demand for interactive, multitask-friendly viewing experiences. You'll commonly see viewers following a live game on their TV while simultaneously scrolling related content or social feeds on their phones. I mean, I've definitely found myself doing it during a big game.
Oh yeah, me too. Checking Twitter for reactions.
Exactly. Or looking for a quick replay I might have missed. This means that social media has truly become the new sports bar or living room. It's the place where fans gather, virtually, to react to big plays, share memes, engage in real-time discussion.
So the conversation around the game is key.
It really is. Rather than passively consuming a full 3-hour telecast, young fans might catch key moments via Twitter clips, chat with friends on Discord during the game, or maybe later watch a popular YouTuber's reaction video. The clear implication for sports rights holders is that to effectively capture and retain young audiences, they have to supplement the main broadcast with omnipresent digital content.
Omnipresent. Everywhere.
Yeah, think mobile-optimized highlights, consistent social media engagement, on-demand access that seamlessly fits into a fast-paced content diet. The insight here is that the conversation around the game is as important as the game itself for many young fans.
But there's good news too, right? You said short form can lead to longer viewing.
Yes, definitely. Short-form content can actually funnel fans into deeper consumption. Google reports that a significant 59% of Gen Z who discover highlights on short-form apps will later watch longer versions of those videos.
Okay, so it's like a gateway.
Precisely. A quick TikTok clip can genuinely pique interest in an entire game or maybe even a whole sport. So the playbook for sports fan engagement is actively being rewritten. It's now about combining the instant gratification of short videos with clear pathways to longer, more immersive viewing. Sports isn't fading from youth culture, it's just that it now has to earn attention in like 15-second increments before it can convince them to commit for 15 minutes or maybe even an hour. The challenge is building that bridge, but the opportunity for engagement has never been broader.
Okay, so we've talked about the undeniable rise of short-form content and how it's shaped viewing habits, especially for Gen Z. But despite all that, sports still seems to hold this unique, almost unshakable power, doesn't it? It's still drawing absolutely massive live audiences. It feels like the last true bastion of appointment television, kind of defying all these fragmentation trends. How does it manage that?
It absolutely is. Live sports really stands out as the last bastion of large-scale destination viewing on television. In an era where very few people tune into TV at a specific scheduled time anymore, sports events consistently command huge real-time numbers.
The numbers are just staggering sometimes.
They really are. The dominance of sports, particularly American football, in TV ratings is striking. More Americans watched NFL games in 2023 than anything else on television. And get this, NFL broadcasts accounted for an astonishing 93 of the top 100 highest-rated TV programs in the U.S. for the year 2023.
93 out of 100.
93. And that share has actually grown each year. It was 82 in 2022, 75 in 2021. The undeniable insight is that even in a fragmented world, live, high-stakes events like the NFL act as this unyielding gravitational pull. It uniquely resists the trends we see in almost all other media.
So it's actually getting stronger in a way relative to everything else.
Relatively speaking, yes. At a time when overall linear TV viewership is eroding, the NFL has remained a remarkable outlier, even increasing its audience. During the 2023 season, NFL games averaged 17.5 million viewers. That's an 8% year-over-year jump.
Wow.
Partly aided, we have to acknowledge, by the lack of new primetime entertainment during the Hollywood strikes last year.
Sure, that makes sense.
But still, marquee live games now routinely outdraw all other programming on a given night. Amazon's Thursday Night Football streams in 2023, for example, they beat every broadcasting cable show in viewership on the evenings they aired.
Even streaming beating traditional TV.
Yeah. And the Super Bowl continues to be the single biggest TV event in the U.S. Super Bowl. LV8 hit 115 million viewers, most watched U.S. program ever.
Incredible numbers.
Even regular season NFL games on holidays like Thanksgiving are breaking records, an average of 34 million viewers across those games last year. This isn't just surviving, it's thriving.
And this destination viewing power, it isn't just an American thing with the NFL, is it? It feels like major sporting events globally still have that magnetic pull that cuts across cultures, continents.
You're spot on. This power extends globally. Major live sports tournaments, think the FIFA World Cup, the Olympics, March Madness here in the States, cricket finals in other parts of the world. These are among the very few events that can still glue tens or even hundreds of millions of people to their screens simultaneously worldwide.
Yeah, the World Cup is a perfect example.
Absolutely. Take the 2023 Women's World Cup semifinal between Australia and England. It drew a record 7.13 million TV viewers in Australia alone. That's huge for them. And over 60 million globally.
Wow.
That really shows how a compelling live sports moment can still command mass attention, creating a powerful shared cultural moment across entire nations. In our current streaming era, where content is often consumed individually, asynchronously, sports consistently provide that collective big event experience. The concept of appointment television, which, many thought was on its deathbed, is demonstrably alive and well in sports.
People make time for it.
They prioritize watching in real time to avoid spoilers, yes, but perhaps more importantly, to be part of that immediate communal buzz that surrounds a major event. It's the closest modern equivalent we have to everyone gathering around the town square waiting for news.
Beyond sports, though, are there any other content types that manage to achieve this level of destination viewing that we've been discussing, where millions gather at a specific time? Or is sports truly in a league of its own for at-home consumption?
Well, aside from sports, it's really only a few outlier events and releases that manage to create comparable destination viewing. Big awards broadcasts, like the Oscars, maybe?
Yeah, the viewership there has declined, too.
It has. Or the highly anticipated finales of certain hit PV series can still draw large live audiences. But these are increasingly rare, and their viewership usually pales in comparison to major sporting events. Interestingly, the movie theater has also maintained its role as a destination viewing venue for blockbuster films. We saw this phenomenon clearly with Barbenheimer in 2023.
Oh, yeah, that was huge.
Social media really turned the act of going to theaters for Barbie and Oppenheimer into a massive cultural event. Those instances certainly show that people will still gather for content they deem truly special and timely.
But for watching at home...
Right. When it comes to at-home content consumed on TV or personal devices, sports continues to reign supreme. A Nielsen analysis noted that in 2023, fans in the U.S. spent over 887 billion minutes watching games from just the 5 most-watched sports leagues.
Billion, with a B.
Billion. With NFL games alone making up 55% of that time. This absolutely dwarfs the engagement levels of even the most binged fictional series. The core insight here is that while other content types might occasionally hit the collective viewing jackpot, sports delivers consistent, repeatable mass attention. Which is precisely why tech giants like Amazon, Apple, and YouTube, along with traditional TV networks, are willing to pay truly astronomical sums for sports rights.
It's the guaranteed audience.
It's about guaranteed eyeballs in an increasingly scattered media landscape.
Okay, so even with younger generations shifting their habits, gravitating towards short form, it seems sports can still pull them in for those really high-stakes, must-watch moments. What exactly explains that enduring appeal for them? Is it just the game, or is there something more going on?
It's definitely a combination of factors, but yeah, high stakes and social context are major draws for younger fans. For instance, college football saw a significant boost when an exciting rivalry game, like Michigan versus Ohio State in 2023, drew 19 million viewers.
Huge game.
Huge game, including many younger fans, ranking among the top broadcasts of the year. It's about being part of something big, something that everyone is talking about, even if they only tune in for the highlights or the critical moments later.
And the social aspect, too, right? Like you mentioned with Taylor Swift.
Exactly. Pop culture crossovers are huge. Think about Taylor Swift's much-publicized appearances at NFL games supporting Travis Kelce. These moments actually brought new demographics, specifically young female viewers in Swift's case, to live sports telecasts.
Right, the Swifties.
These examples powerfully underscore that destination viewing is not dead at all. Audiences still crave shared real-time experiences. What is changing is the form these experiences take and the expectations around them. Traditional sports broadcasts are increasingly supplemented by digital fan communities and alternate feeds, which we'll dive into more. The core insight for media executives is clear. Live events, especially sports, are invaluable for capturing audience attention en masse, and investing in them and innovating around them by embracing social and personalized experiences is absolutely key to staying relevant in this fragmented media environment.
Okay, so we've seen how sports, through its unique live nature and high stakes, manages to maintain its communal power even in this fragmented world. But now, let's talk about a relatively new frontier of community building, the influencer world. These creators have found truly ingenious ways to generate destination viewing events, sometimes on a massive scale, essentially from scratch. It's an entirely different model for creating those water cooler moments, isn't it?
Indeed. The influencer approach is really built on cultivating highly engaged followings who feel a deeply personal connection to the content and, crucially, to the creator themselves.
That connection seems key.
It is. And unconstrained by traditional TV schedules, these digital native content stars are now actively experimenting with creating destination viewing events of their own, and they're achieving tremendous success. A hallmark of influencer content is that it inherently fosters interactivity and a powerful feeling of participation, even at a very large scale.
Participation, not just passive viewing.
Exactly. Think about it. Live chat rooms, vibrant comment sections, dedicated Discord servers, interactive polls. All of these tools allow creators to maintain a small community vibe, even when millions are watching simultaneously.
A small community vibe with millions, how does that work?
It's fascinating, isn't it? This is a crucial distinction and something that traditional media can often struggle with. Influencers, however, excel at making each individual viewer feel included in a shared experience, almost as if they're right there in the room with the creator. This sense of intimacy, even at scale, is a core part of their success. It's the modern-day equivalent of everyone crowding into a living room to watch something together, only scaled up to a global audience.
That's fascinating. So can you give us a great example of an influencer really creating their own appointment viewing, something people genuinely waited for day after day, almost like a daily serialized show?
Oh, a fantastic case study is Ryan Trahan's 50 States in 50 Days YouTube series from 2025.
Right, I heard about that one. Huge success.
Huge. Ryan Trahan is a hugely popular YouTuber. Initially, he set out just to vlog a journey visiting every U.S. state in 50 days, but he and his wife, Haley, brilliantly turned it into this nationwide fundraiser for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
So adding a purpose?
Exactly. Rallying their massive online community behind a profound charitable mission. Each day, literally millions of fans tuned in to see that day's adventures, the challenges he faced, the heartfelt moments. It unfolded daily.
Like a daily show.
It effectively turned his vlog into a daily, live-ish show, a must-watch event. The impact was phenomenal. In just the first 2 weeks, their series hit its initial goal of $1 million raised for St. Jude.
$1 million in 2 weeks. Wow.
They repeatedly raised the target as donations poured in, not just from individuals and families, but also from over 115 brands that jumped on board as sponsors. By late in the 50-day journey, Trahan had raised well over $3 million for charity.
Incredible.
Astonishing achievement, driven overwhelmingly by community engagement and word of mouth. Viewers weren't just passively consuming, they were actively donating, leaving supportive comments, sharing the story, creating this virtuous cycle of more people tuning in.
And other creators got involved too, right?
Yeah, other YouTube personalities joined the cause. Trahan's videos featured cameos from fellow creators like MrBeast and Darman. It even got a shout-out from Survivor host Jeff Probst.
Oh, nice.
This fusion of daily content, real-world impact, and deep community involvement truly turned Trahan's series into a massive cultural moment within the YouTube sphere. People genuinely couldn't wait to see the next episode each day, and they felt like they were part of something much bigger by participating in the charity drives. The key insight here is that purpose and participation are powerful drivers for building daily appointment viewing.
That's absolutely incredible. And it's not just one-off events or daily vlogs like that, is it? Some creators are building almost a season-long global shared experience, mobilizing their entire fan base towards a common goal. This sounds like they're building their own version of a global sporting event or telethon.
That's where the hashtag Team Water campaign comes in, a truly groundbreaking example. In August 2025, YouTube megastars Mr. Beast, Jimmy Donaldson, and Mark Rober teamed up with the nonprofit WaterAid.
Mr. Beast and Mark Rober, huge names.
Huge. They kicked off a global, month-long clean water fundraiser. It really was evocative of a massive online telethon. Branded as Team Water, it's being touted as possibly the biggest YouTube collaboration ever.
Bigger than Team Trees and Team Seas.
Potentially, yeah. Uniting content creators from over 84 countries with a combined reach of an astounding 2 billion subscribers.
A billion.
Their ambitious goal is to raise $40 million by the end of August to fund safe water access for 2 million people worldwide. This campaign definitely builds on the phenomenal success of their prior fundraisers, #TeamTrees in 2019 and #TeamSeas in 2021, which together raised over $50 million for environmental causes. What's truly remarkable is how #TeamWater was engineered as a destination event across social platforms. On launch day, Mr. Beast and Mark Rober released call-to-action videos and even coordinated a live kickoff stream at a set time, promoted for 5 p.m. BST.
So a specific time, like a TV premiere.
Exactly. This drew their huge fan bases to tune in simultaneously. From there, creators of all sizes began posting their own water-related content, some doing serious explainers, others fun water challenges, all encouraging donations, and using the same hashtag, #TeamWater.
So it's decentralized but coordinated.
Massively coordinated, yet decentralized. Millions of fans are following along daily, tracking the fundraising progress, feeling like they're part of a global community working toward a concrete goal. In essence, #TeamWater is the influencer world's version of the Olympics or a World Cup, a time-bound, shared mission that captures attention and truly unites viewers worldwide. Notably, it also merged with traditional institutions, partnering with a decades-old NGO like WaterAid to lend credibility and execution muscle.
That's smart.
Very smart. The early response was enormous. Within the first 24 hours, mainstream press, from the Associated Press to Yahoo News, covered the campaign. Celebrities and large brands began chiming in. The core insight here is that by blending online community culture with real-world impact and coordinated timing, influencers can create must-watch moments that transcend mere entertainment and drive significant social change, creating a truly global water cooler moment.
It really sounds like these creators are figuring out the recipe for mass engagement and creating events that rival traditional media in impact, if not always in audience size yet. Are there other compelling examples of this community-driven power in the influencer space that are building consistent, recurring appointment viewing?
Absolutely. The influencer sphere has delivered other community-centric live hits. Take Twitch, the live streaming platform. It has seen record-breaking audience participation events like crowd-controlled gameplay.
Oh yeah, Twitch plays Pokemon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That phenomenon back in 2014, where hundreds of thousands of users collaboratively played a single game together, inputting commands simultaneously. Chaos, but collective chaos. And there are huge streamer collaboration streams that draw massive audiences.
Like Among Us streams or things like that.
Right. Individual streamers like Kai Cenat, one of the biggest Twitch personalities, routinely draw hundreds of thousands of concurrent viewers during his special event streams. He's mastered the art of the subathon subscriber marathon events.
Or they stream for days on end.
Sometimes weeks, setting new engagement records.
Yeah.
That effectively rivals the audience size of small TV networks for extended periods. And we've witnessed YouTube groups like the Sidemen turn their annual charity soccer match into a truly massive live spectacle. The 2023 Sidemen charity match featuring UK influencers playing football.
I saw clips of that. It looked huge.
It peaked at over 2.5 million concurrent YouTube viewers and actually filled a 60,000-seat stadium.
That's incredible. That's pro-level attendance.
It really is. Many professional sports teams would envy that. Beyond these mega events, many creators cultivate regular, almost ritualistic appointment viewing with their fans. Think of weekly podcast drops that inspire group chats, or a streamer who hosts a specific horror game night every Friday, or a cooking channel that premieres a new recipe challenge every Tuesday.
Right. Building habits.
Exactly. Fans know when to tune in, and they know the community will be there. The key point here is that the influencer and creator community has learned how to muster event TV numbers by fostering a profound sense of community and interactivity that makes fans want to be there live. Whether it's a daily vlog series, a major charity drive, a fan-fueled competition, or a recurring themed stream, these digital native events succeed by giving audiences not just content to consume, but a cause or community to belong to. And media companies can learn immensely from this. The influencer approach to destination viewing is fundamentally about inclusivity and participation. Viewers are actively encouraged to comment, to contribute both financially and creatively, and to truly feel like they have a stake in what's happening.
Making the audience feel valued.
Absolutely. Even at massive scale, top creators manage to make their audience feel like a tight-knit community. They do this by using inside jokes, naming their fan bases, reading viewer messages, acknowledging individual contributions in real time. This deep community building yields intense loyalty and impressive turnout when an event happens. Traditional sports and entertainment have certainly begun to take notice, integrating some of these tactics like incorporating live tweets or fan cams during their broadcasts. As we'll discuss next, sports broadcasters are increasingly merging influencer-style engagement with their live coverage to profoundly enhance the communal viewing experience.
Okay, this is where the narrative really shifts then. Because with sports being the undeniable gold standard of live destination content and influencers mastering engagement and personalization, it feels only natural that they're starting to borrow from each other, isn't it? This cross-pollination seems like the blueprint for the future of entertainment.
It absolutely is. We're witnessing a significant convergence of strategies. Sports leagues are actively infusing their broadcasts with community and customization elements that mirror the influencer approach.
Right.
Simultaneously, influencers are adopting more polished production and strategic scheduling tactics to create big viewing events that feel much like traditional sports broadcasts.
So they're meeting in the middle, almost.
Kind of. The result is a powerful new hybrid model of content that aims to deliver both massive scale and personal relevance. It's truly the best of both worlds coming together, and it's reshaping how we define a broadcast.
So how exactly are traditional sports broadcasters changing their game and adopting these influencer tactics to appeal to younger, digitally native audiences? What does that actually look like in practice on my screen?
Well, to appeal to younger, digitally native fans, sports organizations are embracing influencer-style content and voices. A clear and significant trend is the rise of alternate broadcasts and commentary streams for live games.
Alternate broadcasts, like different commentators.
Exactly. Instead of a one-size-fits-all broadcast, networks now offer multiple simultaneous ways to watch a game, often featuring popular personalities or unique perspectives. For example, ESPN's ManningCast has NFL legends Peyton and Eli Manning casually commentating Monday Night Football on a secondary channel, ESPN2.
Yeah, the ManningCast is huge.
It is. It draws viewers who want a more relaxed, interactive feel, and this feed thrives on social media buzz each week. It's almost like listening to your funny, knowledgeable friends talk about the game while you watch.
Totally. And Amazon's doing this too, right?
Oh yeah. Amazon Prime Video, which carries Thursday Night Football, has really pushed this boundary. They launched several alternate streams specifically aimed at younger audiences. One notable experiment was TNF with Dude Perfect.
Dude Perfect, the trick shot guys.
The very same.
Yeah.
The 5-member YouTube comedy group provided a lighthearted companion broadcast full of trick shot attempts and humor alongside the live game. As Amazon's VP of Global Sports Video, Marie Donahue, explained, it was essential we differentiated ourselves with such multi-feed offerings.
So trying to hit different niches.
Exactly. The core rationale is to capture different audience segments. Maybe a family that enjoys Dude Perfect's antics, or fans who want deeper analytical insights, or those who simply prefer the traditional call. In 2022 and 2023, Amazon's NFL coverage included not just Dude Perfect stream, but also options like a scouting-focused broadcast and a stats-heavy stream branded Prime Vision, with rich on-screen data and alternate camera angles.
Prime Vision, I've seen that. Lots of graphics.
Yeah. This directly echoes the Twitch and YouTube approach of letting viewers choose the style of commentary or presentation they enjoy. It effectively builds micro-communities around each stream. The key insight is that choice and personalization are now expected, not just a bonus.
And do these alternates get viewers?
Yeah, early results show these alternates can draw solid viewership and generate significant social media conversation, strongly complementing the main telecast.
Interesting. And what about direct partnerships with influencers?
That's another big area. Sports leagues are directly partnering with social media influencers to expand their reach. The NFL, for instance, hired over 1,200 influencers on platforms like TikTok and Instagram to create content around football.
1,200. Wow.
Specifically aiming to spark fandom among young people who might not watch full games. Major League Baseball, recognizing TikTok's immense power, launched a creator class program to supply popular TikTokers with behind-the-scenes access and content opportunities to promote MLB storylines.
So using influencers as marketers, basically.
Essentially, yeah. Treating influencers as a new type of distributed marketing channel, one that comes with inherent trust from their followers. By having charismatic young creators translate sports action into platform-friendly content like memes, challenges, reaction videos, leagues hope to seed a sense of community and excitement for their sport in demographics that are otherwise tuning out.
Speaking their language.
Exactly. It's a tactic straight from the influencer playbook. Speak the audience's language and appear in the spaces they already occupy. Early evidence suggests it can work. For instance, the NFL's official TikTok and YouTube accounts, and those of teams and players, have seen explosive growth with youth-oriented content like end zone dances or player vlogs going viral. It powerfully reinforces the cultural relevance of watching the games. The core insight: meet your audience where they live digitally.
Okay. And what about interactive features, making the stream itself more engaging?
That's the other crucial area of cross-pollination. Integrating interactive and personalized features within sports streaming, taking direct cues from video games and social platforms.
Like what specifically?
Sports broadcasters are actively experimenting with features like live polls, where you can pick the player of the game, maybe real-time Q&A with commentators via Twitter, multi-angle replay selection for users, integrated social feeds right on screen.
Oh yeah, I've seen polls and stuff.
The Deloitte Immersive Sports Report specifically notes that younger fans welcome streaming features that allow more integrated social capabilities, like co-viewing with friends and a live social feed on screen. About 1/3 of Gen Z fans even express a desire to watch games from an athlete's point of view, or see more behind-the-scenes content during live streams.
Athletes POV, that would be cool.
Right. Broadcasters have clearly taken this to heart. Some platforms now enable watch parties, where a friend's video or chat can appear directly alongside the game, or they provide a steady stream of Twitter commentary as an integrated part of the interface.
Watch parties seem like a big thing now.
Huge. Amazon's Twitch integration allows Thursday Night Football viewers to chat in real time, and some NBA streaming apps have even offered a Friends mode, where you can invite others to a synced stream. These steps directly mirror the community interactivity of a Twitch stream or a YouTube live chat. It makes the viewing experience significantly more social and sticky for younger fans who inherently crave connection. In effect, sports networks are trying to ensure that watching a game at home can feel as communal as watching it with a group, or at least as engaging as discussing it on social media. The insight is that the living room is now digital, and it needs to be as interactive as possible.
Okay. And it's definitely a two-way street, isn't it? It's not just sports adopting influencer tactics. How are influencers themselves adopting traditional sports and media tactics to create bigger, more structured events, making things feel like a true spectacle, almost like they're building their own TV networks or something?
It absolutely is a two-way street, and yeah, it's fascinating to watch. From the influencer side, many top creators are incorporating much more structure and spectacle into their content, which, as we've discussed, are hallmarks of traditional sports events. We've already seen how creators meticulously schedule big premieres or coordinate massive events like #TeamWater to really concentrate viewership.
Right, the scheduling piece.
Yeah. And in addition, some influencers are literally blending into sports entertainment in unprecedented ways. Think about YouTubers training for boxing matches or MMA fights like Logan Paul and KSI, among others.
Oh, yeah. The influencer boxing scene is wild.
It is. They've successfully turned what used to be pure internet drama into real-world pay-per-view sporting events. These events draw huge combined online and live audiences, selling out arenas, garnering millions of buys and streams. It powerfully demonstrates that creators can generate anticipation akin to a title fight by strategically leveraging their online rivalries and massive fan bases. It's a formula that's quite familiar to traditional sports promoters, right?
Build the hype.
Build a compelling narrative, schedule a highly anticipated showdown, hype it across all available channels, and a mass audience will inevitably gather at a fixed time. The key insight is that narratives and anticipation are universal drivers of destination viewing, whether it's a championship game or an influencer boxing match.
Makes sense. What about in gaming?
Similarly, gaming and esports streamers frequently organize elaborate tournaments or competitions, sometimes multi-day affairs, that rally their fans much like a sports playoff. These come complete with brackets, live commentary, a palpable championship atmosphere. What this shows is that influencers are effectively learning to be programmers and producers, not just spontaneously uploading videos anymore. They meticulously tease content drops, they create seasons of content, they expertly use cliffhangers and trailers to keep viewers invested and eagerly waiting for the next installment or live event.
Becoming showrunners almost.
Pretty much. This strategic adoption of traditional media techniques has significantly elevated the professionalism and overall impact of creator content, making it much easier for fans to consider it a true destination that they simply cannot miss. They are, in essence, building their own linear programming within the wild world of online video.
So with all this incredible convergence and borrowing of strategies, what does this cross-pollination ultimately mean for the future of viewing as we know it? How will our screens look different, and how will we, the audience, engage differently?
Well, both worlds are unequivocally learning that the future of destination viewing is inherently interactive, multi-platform, and deeply user-centric. The lines are blurring at an accelerating pace. Sports leagues now speak about fan engagement in a way that sounds remarkably like a seasoned YouTube strategist.
Yeah.
And influencers are planning mega events with the intricate coordination and professionalism of a major sports league.
So more options for us.
Definitely. The direct result of this is a significant expansion of options for viewers. A football fan today might choose to watch the big game on traditional TV and concurrently follow their favorite player's log on YouTube and perhaps join a live watch party hosted by a popular Twitch streamer.
Mixing and matching.
Exactly. The entire content ecosystem surrounding a live event becomes exponentially richer and far more personalized. For the media industry as a whole, this cross-pollination means that success will increasingly come from effectively combining strengths, the immense scale and raw excitement of live events, with the authenticity, personality, and interactivity that social media excels at. When this is done right, it's a genuine win-win. Sports broadcasts become more compelling and sticky for younger audiences, and influencer content gains the gravitas and broad appeal that was traditionally reserved for major TV events. The core insight is that synergy is the new competitive edge in the attention economy.
Okay, now, let's talk about something that sounds almost like science fiction, but you mentioned is quickly becoming a tangible reality: spatial sports media. This seems like it could be the ultimate bridge, right? Combining that deep personalization we crave with the shared communal experiences we're rediscovering. It sounds truly groundbreaking.
It truly does, and it's closer than you might think. When we talk about spatial media, we're referring to the capture of live events, like sports games, in 3 dimensions.
3 dimensions, like VR.
It enables that, but not only that. It enables content that can be experienced from literally any angle or perspective, with rich interactivity. In simpler terms, imagine turning a sports match into a virtual environment, almost like a holodeck, where the viewer is no longer locked to the specific camera angles the broadcaster chooses.
Okay, so I control the camera.
Essentially, yes. Instead, each fan can individually choose how they watch the action, whether that's through a high-tech VR headset, sure, or more practically in the near term, on a normal 2D screen with intuitive interactive controls. Crucially, this technology allows for multiple simultaneous personalized experiences of the exact same live event.
So we're watching the same game, but seeing different things.
Exactly. Every single fan could be seeing the play from a completely different vantage point, focusing on different players, even hearing different commentators. Yet they are all watching the same game and sharing in the overall moment and outcome. This is precisely the kind of evolution that could keep destination viewing not just alive, but thriving, by making it exponentially more engaging and customizable for the new generation of viewers. It's about making the shared experience infinitely adaptable.
So it's like an evolution of those 360 replays we sometimes see.
It is, but much more profound. At its core, spatial sports media is a significant evolution of innovations we've already seen, like 360-degree replays and multi-angle cameras that sports broadcasts have flirted with. The critical difference here is the degree of control and immersion given to fans. Imagine being able to pause a live football game and then virtually fly around the field to see exactly how a play develops from the quarterback's eyes or from a bird's-eye tactical view high above the stadium.
Like in a video game.
Precisely. Then you could simply hit play and watch the rest of the play unfold from that exact perspective. This isn't science fiction anymore. Prototypes already exist. One expert describes it as transforming traditional one-to-many broadcasts into dynamic 1.1 viewing experiences, where an AI-driven virtual camera allows each fan to effectively be their own director.
Wow. Being your own director.
A definition from Skyrim.ai's report explicitly states, spatial sports media refers to capturing sports action in 3D, allowing fans to experience content from any angle with rich interactivity. Viewers can move freely within the scene, as if they were on the field alongside the players. In practice, a fan on a tablet could pinch, zoom, and rotate their view of a live play, or select a player cam to see precisely what the goalkeeper saw as that penalty kick was coming in. Broadcasters, too, gain entirely new storytelling superpowers. They can generate angles that no physical camera could ever capture, say, a virtual floating cam just above the goalie's glove to vastly enhance their analysis.
That sounds incredibly cool.
This level of interactivity fundamentally blurs the line between watching and participating. Viewers become active explorers of the content, deeply engaged in a way that passive viewing simply can't achieve.
But does this mean I need a VR headset? Because not everyone has one.
That's a key point. It's important to emphasize that spatial media doesn't require everyone to have a VR headset, although VR or AR goggles could certainly provide the most immersive version. These 3D captures can be rendered into dynamic 2D video on the fly.
Okay, so it works on my phone or tablet too.
Exactly. A regular streaming app or smart TV could let viewers click to seamlessly switch angles or even handle some 3D manipulation with just a remote. It's about providing the same live event in many forms simultaneously. Deloitte describes this future as one where every fan won't have the same experience, even if they're watching the same live event. Fans will have unprecedented control, dictating what they want to see, when and where, meaning the device or platform, who they want to watch with, and how the content is presented.
Give me an example of how that might look.
Sure. Fan A might watch on her phone, intensely focusing on her favorite player's highlights, with an overlay of live stats and a chat with friends right on screen. Fan B might prefer the traditional TV broadcast angle on a big screen with familiar commentary. Meanwhile, Fan C might be toggling through multiple camera angles on a tablet while simultaneously listening to an alternate commentary from a favorite influencer.
All watching the same game.
All watching the same match, but each through a uniquely personalized lens. Crucially, the community aspect isn't lost. They can still all react together on social media or in-app chat about the big goal, but each fan feels much more in control of their viewing experience, which is precisely what Gen Z audiences crave.
Okay, this sounds incredibly complex and ambitious, though. How close are we to actually seeing this kind of spatial sports media hit the mainstream? Is this like years away, or is it truly on the horizon for us as viewers?
The technology to enable spatial sports media is advancing incredibly quickly, so it's much closer than you might think. Early volumetric video trials, like the NBA's 360-degree replay Freed or the NFL's Intel TrueView system, they required dozens of high-end cameras, immense processing power.
Right. I remember those being kind of clunky sometimes.
They were often limited to highlights and replays due to the sheer complexity. However, now, AI-driven approaches are promising to drastically reduce the hardware needed and, crucially, to perform the 3D reconstruction in near real time.
AI is the key.
It seems to be. It's achieved by intelligently inferring complete 3D models from fewer 2D camera angles, and then rapidly processing that data. Companies in this space report that instead of 100 cameras, they could potentially capture a whole field with around 30 cameras and generate interactive 3D video nearly live.
30 cameras. Still a lot, but much less.
Much more feasible. This is what's truly opening the door for actual live spatial broadcasts in the next couple of years.
So demand is driving this.
Absolutely. The demand is clearly driving this innovation. Sports audiences are actually pushing these advancements more than any other content category because the payoff in terms of fan engagement and new monetization opportunities is absolutely huge. Executives in the sports media world recognize that to keep fickle young viewers engaged, they need to offer an experience that is undeniably better than 2D, more immersive, more interactive, and spatial media might just be that indispensable hook.
Are we seeing steps towards this now?
We're already seeing concrete steps. For example, some NBA and NFL teams have experimented with AR mobile apps that let fans project a highlight in 3D onto their table and walk around it, or interact with a hologram of a player.
Oh, cool. AR experiences.
While these are somewhat niche now, they are effectively pilots for the mainstream rollout of spatial capture. The primary challenges now revolve around perfecting the real-time processing and building user-friendly interfaces that make this complex technology feel intuitive for a mass audience.
Okay, so for all that rich 3D data that's being captured, what does this mean for content itself? How does spatial media help create more of those engaging, short-form, personalized clips we talked about earlier, the kind that Gen Z devours?
This is where spatial media truly shines for the short-form, personalized content ecosystem. It will enable sports to produce an almost endless stream of personalized clips and angles tailor-made for specific interests.
Endless clips? How?
Well, for example, Instead of a league churning out just one general highlight reel of the game, they could algorithmically generate a custom highlight reel for every single player in the game.
A reel for every player.
Yeah, so every fan can easily follow their player's entire performance. Or they could create highlight reels from every conceivable angle, like relive the dunk from the courtside seat view. These could then be effortlessly shared on social media, effectively multiplying the content generated from just one live event and precisely tailoring it to diverse fan interests.
That's hyper-personalization.
Exactly. Imagine a fan on TikTok seeing a highlight of a goal from the striker's perspective. That's infinitely more engaging than a standard TV angle. It genuinely feels like you are the player scoring.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Another TikTok might show the same goal, but from behind the net in slow-motion 3D, appealing to those who love cinematic visuals and deep analysis. This ability to repackage the same moment in countless forms, stylizing it, personalizing it, making the short more than just the highlight, is exactly what spatial media offers. It can bring out the athlete's unique perspectives, show crucial context that the main broadcast might have missed, and incorporate additional storytelling voices. For instance, an influencer could virtually step into a play and do a quick breakdown for their followers using the 3D replay.
Like John Madden's Telestrator, but in 3D.
Kind of. Essentially becoming a commentator with her own custom camera, offering insights from an angle no traditional camera could provide. Indeed, spatial media could enable a whole new creator ecosystem where fans or independent creators could make their own highlight compilations or analyses by choosing angles and moments from a spatial capture, then sharing that unique video.
So fans become creators too.
It's a natural extension of what fans already do, remixing content and making highlight edits, but with far richer and more immersive source material.
And what about the audio side? Could this mean even more personalized commentary? Like from our favorite influencers or even just chatting with friends layered onto these spatial experiences?
Absolutely. Another incredibly exciting aspect is the potential for alternative commentary and audio to be seamlessly integrated. If every viewer can have their own personalized video feed, they could also choose their audio.
Choose my commentator.
Yeah. Do you want to listen to the official announcers? Sure. Do you prefer your favorite YouTuber's unique take on the game? Perhaps the platform lets that creator overlay their commentary on the spatial feed. Or maybe you and a few friends want a voice chat while watching. Effectively creating your own private commentary channel, spatial media could easily synchronize that with the live action.
So I could have my friends' voices instead of the announcers.
Potentially, yes. The ability to have additional voices in the experience becomes a feature, not a disruption. We already see early versions of this today. Some fans mute their TV and listen to a preferred radio announcer, or join a Twitter space where someone is live commenting on the game. In the future, the interface might let you simply click Hear Analysis from Influencer Name, and you're instantly in their audio room while the game plays out. Sports networks could even offer a selection of commentary streams. Perhaps a duo of former players for hardcore analysis, a pair of comedians for laughs, or a Spanish language team, and each viewer simply picks their preference.
Like the alternate streams now, but even more options.
Exactly. We see early versions with ESPN's multicasts for college football championships offering different feeds, and Amazon's alternate streams. With spatial broadcasts, this could become far more modular and truly user-driven, essentially allowing you to mix and match your ideal viewing experience. The video angle, the data overlays, the commentary, your co-viewers, and more, all perfectly synchronized to the live event.
What about the business side? New revenue streams.
Oh, definitely. For media businesses, spatial sports media could unlock entirely new revenue streams through premium personalized experiences. Fans might be willing to pay extra for a spatial season pass to have full control of angles and interactive replays on demand.
Like a premium tier.
Right. Or imagine charging for VIP influencer commentary experiences, paying to watch the NBA Finals with a famous ex-player breaking it down just for your small group. At the very least, it keeps audiences more deeply engaged, which naturally yields more opportunities for advertising and sponsorship, such as branded 3D replays or immersive ads within the 3D environment. And crucially, this technology directly addresses the risk of young fans drifting away. By meeting their strong expectations for interactivity and personalization, spatial media can make live sports feel as cutting-edge and customizable as video games or their favorite social feeds.
Keeping sports relevant.
Exactly. In the words of one NVIDIA case study cited in the Skyrim.ai report, the vision is that every major sporting event is captured spatially in 3D, so fans worldwide can enjoy a unique perspective of each game in a personalized manner. The technology and the demand are perfectly aligning. As cloud computing, AI, and graphics continue to improve, and as fans demand ever more control, the stage is set for a profound revolution in how we watch sports. In summary, spatial media could be the fundamental lever that sports pulls to adapt to the short-form, personalized content era without losing what makes it so powerful and unique. It preserves the live, communal nature of sports. Everyone still cares intensely about the same game outcome, but simultaneously allows for infinite customization and viewing.
Best of both worlds, maybe.
It really feels like the convergence of destination viewing and user-centric content. Sports remains the grand event, but each fan's journey through that event can be unique, enriched, and deeply engaging. And by facilitating new voices and perspectives from the athletes themselves to influencers and even the fans, it transforms the viewing experience into a truly participatory community endeavor at scale. This powerfully echoes what the influencer industry has already shown us. People value content significantly more when they can engage with it actively and socially. Spatial sports experiences would embody that principle on top of the biggest live content we have. It's a space the media industry is actively exploring, and we will likely see early mainstream implementations within the next couple of years.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, what does this all mean for us, the audience, as we navigate this ever-evolving media landscape? The battle for our attention between short-form digital content and traditional viewing, it isn't really a fight to the death, is it?
No, not at all.
It's actually, like you said, a fascinating dance, a synergy that's shaping how we experience media and, critically, how we connect through it. And it's clear that the water cooler moment, that shared experience of collective viewing, is far from dead. In fact, it's vibrantly evolving. It's blending the live collective excitement of a big game with the interactive, personalized engagement of our social media feeds. It's a dynamic transformation, offering us more choices and maybe deeper connections than ever before. The core paradox we started with, fragmentation versus shared moments, is actually being revolved through this ingenious cross-pollination.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And to synthesize the key takeaways for you, our listener, and emphasize their relevance. First, community matters. People still actively seek communal experiences around content, but that community might gather on Discord or YouTube rather than just in front of a traditional cable TV. Fostering that sense of belonging and real-time interaction through alternate streams or integrated social features is absolutely crucial to keeping audiences invested.
Community finds a way.
It really does. Second, personalization is key. A one-size-fits-all approach to content is rapidly losing ground to content that adapts to individual preferences, whether that's customized highlights, your chosen camera angles, or your favorite commentators. Embracing technologies like spatial media and AI-driven content curation will be vital to meet these evolving expectations at scale. The audience demands to be the director of their own experience now.
Control is important.
Very. And third, collaboration with creators is clearly a winning strategy. The influencer ecosystem isn't a threat to sports and traditional media. It's a powerful enhancement and a highly effective new distribution channel. When a sports league empowers creators to tell its stories, or a streaming platform recruits internet personalities for major live events, they are effectively supercharging their reach and relevance. The result can be a bigger, younger, and more global audience than traditional marketing alone could ever achieve, and it builds a deeper, more authentic connection with the fans.
Makes sense.
Ultimately, this convergence underscores a broader point. The very definition of broadcasting is expanding. It's no longer just TV networks sending out a feed to passive viewers. It's now a multi-channel, many-to-many conversation, where fans themselves might even become broadcasters, repackaging content, and where professionals curate experiences that feel entirely bespoke. Yet, amid all this profound change, the fundamental human desire to share in an exciting moment, to have those "I was there, we all watched it happen" experiences, remains constant.
That core need doesn't change.
Exactly. Sports provided that collective connection in the 20th century through radio and TV. Now, sports, along with forward-thinking creators, will continue to provide that through the internet and emerging media. By learning from each other, they are ensuring that even in an age of endless distractions, there will still be occasions when millions come together in real time to be part of a story as it unfolds.
So the next time a big game is on, or maybe a major online event is announced by your favorite creators, consider how you might engage. Will you stick to the traditional broadcast? Or maybe explore an alternate stream, join a watch party, or even immerse yourself in a future spatial experience when it arrives. How will you contribute to that shared water cooler moment reimagined for a brand new era? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the evolving world of destination viewing. We hope you feel a little more well-informed and perhaps, even more excited about what's next.
Skyrim.ai was founded by veterans of the spatial media industry and is committed to advancing the field of immersive sports experiences and storytelling to fans everywhere.